Welcome to Watch Tingman, and today we're counting down our picks for Tingman's top 10 favorite F2L cases. For this list, we're looking at F2L tricks that Tingman absolutely cannot live without. Which do you think is the best F2L case? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, the nearly perfect pair.
This is the nearly perfect pair because if only it looked like this, it would just be a nice 3-move insert. But thankfully, there's a really easy way to do this pair that starts and ends in home grip, and it's wide R, U2, which I'll do in my left hand if it's on the right, R2, U prime, R2, U prime, and then wide R prime. So once again at speed, a super nice L that you should totally use, and that of course works on the left side too.
Number 9, the wide insert.
If you've got this beautiful made pair at the back, of course sometimes you might just rotate and insert it, but there might be occasions that you don't want to rotate, or for the sake of look ahead or the following pair you might want to hold it this way. So here's a really nice way to insert it. R wide prime, U prime, R, U, M prime. What you've essentially done there is insert the pair like this, and then to fix that white edge, we just do that, and M prime that fixes it. This is a really quick way to insert it that I use all the time.
Number 8, the long sledgehammer.
This one's an absolute beauty. So if you didn't already, this is a sledgehammer, R prime, F, R, F prime. A really easy alg to do that should be part of everyone's arsenal. And this is literally R prime, sledgehammer, and then R. But because the sledgehammer starts with an R prime, you can actually combine the first two into an R2, do that sledgehammer, finish with an R, and Bob's your uncle. It's one of the fastest F2L tricks that I use. There it is. Love it.
Number 7, the Feliks 3-second solve.
So yes, Feliks literally used this in one of his 3-second solves. I would just rotate it, of course, and do that nice 3-mover like this. But turns out you can do the 3-mover from here, like this. Literally that easy. So wide F, R, F prime, and that's it. Hey, I hope these F2L tricks are useful to you, but here's something that will 100% help, and it's getting yourself the right cube. Almost every single cube I have, I got from Daily Puzzles, a one-stop shop with the best cube at any price point from all the major brands you would ever want. And if you didn't already know, Daily Puzzles ships basically all around the entire world, and they already have a really happy international customer base. I mean, check out this comment that was left on the Daily Puzzles account, which nobody asked them to write. I just realized you offer free UK shipping, and if using paid shipping, you have a 2 to 5 day option. Damn! You're gonna be my cube store from now on. I don't know why I didn't consider you before. I just assumed postage from Australia to UK would be expensive. Now, I live in Australia, so because I was curious, I set my VPN to the UK, went to dailypuzzles.com.au, and added the 4 main cubes that I compete most often with. The GAN 2x2, GAN 3x3, MGC 4x4, and the Volk 5. And sure enough, free shipping to the UK. And even if I didn't reach that minimum spend amount, £5 is all I had to pay for transport. Oh, and that's even before I used discount code Tingman. If you're in the US, Canada, Europe, Asia, do what I just did. Go and see what great deals you can get at Daily Puzzles too. And I mean, even if you just want to do it so that you can use discount code Tingman and support my channel, I'd appreciate that so much. Link in the description.
Number 6, the 11 mover from behind.
So here's one of the most annoying cases there is. There are more efficient ways of doing it, but most people just solve it in 11 moves. That's actually really, really fast. One reason for its speed is that it's a 2-gen algorithm that is only using the right and upper layers, but it turns out you can also do it from the back, and if you learn how to do so, it's equally as efficient. Ta-da! So real quick, what we actually did was insert the corner, so white was facing the front, and then when you match that edge up there, it's a case that a lot of you may know, where you pair it up that way. So the one tip for doing it from the back sort of breaks home grip rules, and it's to re-grip the left hand if it's on this side, so your thumb's on top, and this is why. You insert the corner like that, using push here for U prime moves, and then when I pair it up, this is now way faster. So once again, a little bit quicker. The point I'm trying to make is that this 11 mover works really nicely from the back as well. Here it is on the right back side. So easy.
Number 5, the F block.
So this is a similar case from before, but this time seen this way. Man, this is an alg I use all the time because it's surprisingly easy to remember. It starts with the same alg that you would use if you had this OLL case, right? So this is F, inverse sexy, F prime. So you do the same thing over here, F, inverse sexy, F prime, and there you go. Insert it just like that. Once more, F, inverse sexy, F prime, insert it. And of course, it works just as well if it's on the left as well. So an F on that side, well, an F prime, inverse sexy, undo the F, and insert it just like that.
Number 4, the lucky inconvenient pair.
Here's a case that's normally pretty annoying. You would break it up like this and then rotate to insert it. But something I learned way too late was that if this slot is empty and you're holding it like this, you can break it up right here and go ahead and insert it right away. Notice how I'm starting and ending in home grip, so using my right index finger to do U and U prime moves. So breaking it up, pushing, and inserting it just like that.
Number 3, the keyhole edge.
Here's a nice easy introduction to keyhole. It's always a bit tricky when you just have one edge to insert and the corners are already solved. But if you notice that any of the adjacent slots haven't been solved, you can use that as sort of like this buffer empty slot, moving it over to preserve this solved one, inserting this edge, and then moving it back. So this only works if these two colors here aren't actually matched. You can insert it and it will be in the right orientation. If they are matched and use the keyhole trick, you're gonna unfortunately get an even worse case. But definitely experiment around with keyholes because it's such an easy way of getting edges in.
Number 2, the edge on the side.
Oh my gosh, I can't even tell you how often I use this algorithm. It's one of the most useful ones I've ever learned. I mean, before that, I would just rotate it and then insert that edge beginner's method. But now that I know this way, man, there's no going back. So really slowly, this is how it works. R prime F, R, U prime, R prime, F prime. It's an 8 mover, it looks like a lot of moves, but it can be done really, really quickly. The way I remember it is that if it's on the right, it's quite right hand heavy, so I'm like, doing a lot of stuff with my right hand, and it's really, I think, only that like one U prime that I end up doing. Oh, and it's totally worth learning how to do it on the left hand as well. The left side, man, I love this alg so much.
Before we unveil our top pick, here's one honorable mention, the one with the M slice.
The one downside of this is that it's not great for look ahead. Any alg that uses like M prime or M moves generally aren't, but this was probably one of the very first F2L tricks that I ever learned, and I use it all the time. So M, U, R, very weird, but you can probably see from here where we're going. Insert that pair, and then just before you fix that middle layer, we're gonna fix that back edge there. Ta-da! Sometimes, and I'm not totally sure why, I do that M move with my index finger up there. Probably just for the lols.
And finally, in number 1, the edge to the back.
And finishing our theme of inserting edges when the corner's already solved, this time to the back. This is a surprisingly elegant algorithm that's also 2gen, so in this case only the R and U layers get turned, which means it actually works really well as an OH algorithm, so why not? Let's just do it OH, and it goes like this. That's it. So here's how to remember it. It starts with a whole bunch of R's and U's. So R, U, R, U, R. And then a whole bunch of those moves prime. U prime, R prime, U prime, R prime. That's it. I love this alg. Incorporate it into all your solves because it is truly amazing.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this recent clip by Watch Tingman and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.